Okay, hello everybody. Hello Code 19 community. Today is the last interview during the hackathon, and we have one of the judges along who is Manish Amin from Yatra. Let me bring him in. Hi Manish, how are you doing?
Hi. Good. Hi,
How is the
everyone.
family?
Family is good. Family is with relaxed. We got back exactly a month back from UK. So our quarantine period over. And now we're just working from home like everyone else in India. Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, sorry, there was a technical glitch. I'm
Okay.
great hearing you that you are doing well and the family too. Let's start with a few questions we have, and we hope the community will also come in with a few questions. First of all,
Sure.
have you ever attended a hackathon?
Yes, I've been on a panel and judge on 3 or 4 occasions. Plus, regularly in Yatra, every quarter we do a hackathon. So, every quarter, 4 times a year we do that. So,
Wow.
very familiar with that.
Um, Now let's talk about Yatra. Is it actually a classical OTA online travel agent, or is it more? What are your services, and can you just explain very quick what is it?
Sure. So we started off as a classical OTA. We are direct B2C. But what we did was we also ventured out we saw a huge gap on the B2B side. So we are also one of the OTAs which expanded on the B2B market where we sell to other travel agents. So if you go to any local travel agents and you're buying any tickets, they're in fact purchasing from Yatra. The other thing that we also branched out was on a corporate side. So we service probably the top 800, corporate customers like, TCS, Tech Mahindra, Reliance, Flipkart, all the major customers where we do the travel for the corporate travel.
Great. Now, when you started this, did you see any challenges in the regulation which you had to overcome, and how did you overcome them?
So I think the biggest challenge is when we first started, firstly, biggest problem was hiring people. See, we launched in 2006. Startup scene at that time, no one really wanted to join a startup. You
Mhm.
flip it now, and everyone wants to only join startup and nothing else. From a regulatory point of view, I don't think there was much of an issue there. Yes, challenges we had was on the payment side, certain issues that we had where, people didn't have an online payment. People wanted to collect cash. We had to go and collect cash. Depositing the cash was a challenge. Now, some of the other challenge that we faced right now is also international. So if I was to book a hotel in say, Switzerland and I need to pay the hotelier in Swiss francs, I will need to collect a PAN card of the Indian customer. So for a hotel, we don't mind. But if someone's buying some sort of a entry ticket to some exhibition or some museum, which is like 20 euros, trying to get a PAN card from a customer is a nightmare. So we're still working with the government and trying to resolve that issue.
Okay. Now you're speaking about the problem, exactly the challenges and problems. What kind of challenges do you see now with the consumers after COVID-19? Will you also see a shift in the consumer spending, for example, also technology-wise happening there? That people, what do you see it, and how do you see it, for example?
So I see changes. See, the whole landscape is going to change because people are used to certain things now. So to give you an example, let's take from a work point of view. A lot of people are happy with home working now. Okay, most of the companies who were afraid to try out home working have sort of realized that listen, this home working does work. I understand in the manufacturing industry where you have to be physically be there, that would be a challenge. But someone having a corporate guys, they can easily work from home now. Especially with the online or digital meetings, as we call it, rather than the physical meetings. People are used to it. Take that from the consumer point of view. Corporates, for example, you might not necessarily travel from here to Bangalore for a meeting for half a day. You might as well do it digitally. Everyone's used to it, and I think they will adopt to that going forward. From a consumer wise, spending wise, see, travel is one of those things that consumer will always spend. They will find a way. Everyone wants to get away. So travel, yes, in a short term, the impact is going to be there. When I mean short to mid term, it might even take some time to fully recover. But I think habits will not change. The traveling habit will still continue.
Okay. Um, we are still waiting for more community questions. I see there are just one till now. Please bring in more questions in the meantime. I will continue with more questions which we have gathered already from the community. In which direction has Yatra been now affected by the current COVID-19 situation, in a positive or negative way? Obviously, I think it's going to be a negative way.
It is a negative way. So to tell you the truth, our business has, come down to about 10%. Obviously, people are, you can expect in India, both domestic as well as international airlines have shut down. We're not sure whether it's going to extend or not. Hopefully, we'll find out tomorrow in the address by the PM. So yes, negative has come out, but saying that, a lot of positives have also come out. We, from a tech point of view, we started focusing on automating most of our back office process where we have a huge operation cost. It's got us to focus in that direction now to reduce our cost that we were incurring until now. So I think both a mixture of positive and a negative has come out.
Okay. What will also happen, like in the office? Will you also try to just take more social distancing, for example? Will it change also somehow? You think maybe that space, office spaces, or that you will continue working from remotely or from home? How do you see those situations?
I think it will be a mixture of both.
Mm-hmm.
People who physically need to be in an office, like some of the finance, especially to close the year and so on, that we will continue from the office. From a tech, we can always do it remotely, unless we can take in turns and probably on-off days for people to come in. Luckily, we've just moved into a new office where people are sitting 2 to 3 meters apart anyway. So we have a pretty huge desk for everyone. So social distancing will definitely be there. We'll have to take care of how the cafeteria and all that sort of stuff works. That we'll have to take care of. And lifts is another thing.
We have now a great more community questions finally coming in. One I will pick here myself from Pooja. Let's bring in. Hi, Manish. We wanted to understand how will travel industry evolve with the behavior change of people even after the lockdown is over? We had it already in a bit touched already before.
So I'll touch it again. So I don't think people say the behavior is not going to change. Yes, what's going to change is deciding where to go. Let's take international, for example. I can't see it coming up to the same sort of a way which has been in the past until at least next 6 months. The reason why I'm saying that, firstly, the vaccination needs to be there. I'm not sure how many countries will allow or open up the borders for people to visit. Okay, so our focus has been more on how do we push the domestic tourism. See, as Yatra, we're also part of the adopter heritage, where we've taken over the day-to-day maintenance of Qutub Minar, Leh Palace, Hampi, and Ajanta. So idea is how do we get the domestic guys to visit? See, there's so many things to do in India. India is as huge as Europe. Okay, there's a lot of places that people haven't touched. We would try and find out some of those places which are offbeat destinations where people haven't experienced. Maybe try and open up a different types of destination for people to go and adventure and visit and try some adventures.
So now we of course have a lot of hackers who are very young here, a young crowd, and I would like to know, if you're coming out of your university as an engineer or IT especially, what do you advise them currently, and would you do your own startup? In which area? What kind of advices and directions can you give them in your personal feeling?
So see, I mentor quite a few startups. Okay, so first thing I tell them is, listen, whatever you decide to do, firstly you need to a couple of things they need to understand. Are you trying to solve a problem? Because if you're not trying to solve a problem, why would people adopt to that, whatever the thing is? Try and understand, what are you trying to fix? Okay, is there enough market for that? You can try everything, and what I would suggest is you try. If it doesn't work, you should be able to brave enough to say, okay, this is not working, let me flip it, let me try something else. See, nowadays, if you've seen, most of the delivery services have started delivering groceries. I also spoke to someone, even Domino's has started delivering deliveries. Okay, from a startup point of view, you need to understand what are the pain points that people need addressing, and focus on those. That will definitely get you the market, and that will definitely get you, high usage.
Okay, great. How about you go through the questions a bit and you select one or two, and I will give a small brief to everybody in the meantime. So community, how is it going to go along now with this? For 1 week, we will be having the judges going through all the submissions, and we will also still keep a lot of engagement on Slack with you. We hope even more engagement is going to be there. We will also, all the people who have registered for the event and could not participate, we will address them once more to be here, and we'll try to continue with interviews with the judges every day. It looks like tomorrow we're going to continue with the director of NID Ahmedabad, Praveen, and then after, yeah, you will see. So join us and bring more questions always along. This is a great opportunity to interact with the leaders at the moment, because they're sitting at home and they're ready to speak to you and they're ready to answer your questions real time. And yeah, that's it. Let's get Manish back in. Manish.
So there's a question from Praveen Kumar. Maybe you want to just bring that up on the screen.
Yes, we found it. Yeah.
So the question is, how is Yatra going to deal with the reluctance of people to travel in flights and trains? So, there are a couple of things that we're working with the Ministry of Tourism right now. Firstly, we are making sure that all the hotels have a certain hygiene factor. Okay, we're working closely with the hotel. We've selected a few hotels where we know that it's been maintained, it's been cleaned on a daily basis. We are also looking for working with the ministry for the trains and the flights. I'm not sure whether some of you might have heard that if the flights do open up from 1st of May, the middle seats will be empty. Okay, so given a social distancing in place, that will be done. The other thing that we're also doing is working with the government to see how do we get, or how do we incentivize. So from our business point of view, from Yatra, we'll try and incentivize for people to travel more. Okay, we will give some sort of a discounts, or try and bundle in such a way that it's built as a package. Because most of the people nowadays, you're not going to book your own flight and look for your own hotels. You want to make sure that wherever you're going, it's a safe and a right place for you to go. So we'll take care of all that, and that's what we're working on right now.
Great. Do you have any more time left to take another question? We said 15 minutes.
I can do, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So there's another one that came up in here. Hi, sir. As an investor, what do you look for in a startup before investing?
So three things that we look for. Firstly, the people. Okay, the people who are starting, we look more into the people than what the whole concept is. Second thing is the concept. Whatever concept you're thinking of building, is it something that's required in the market? Is there a pain point? Are you trying to fix something? I find, and I meet a lot of startups, just because someone else has done it doesn't mean I'm going to do it. The biggest thing I get is no, but we're good at execution. We'll be able to execute it betterly. We'll do this differently. Problem is, having the same idea of someone else, execution is a big part of it, right? You might be able to succeed, but then there are other people who are also going to be replicating that. So try and go for something original, which is trying to resolve or solve some problems.
Great. Thank you, Manish. Thank you very much. We have actually 2 more minutes left, but I guess we can also end this now if the community doesn't have more questions, because I believe you're very busy these days, and I appreciate that you have taken your time for us to solve some questions from the community. But also I'm glad to see you and that you're doing well and healthy. And we will also stay in touch with you from Code 19. Because we're going to have you as a judge, of course, and next weekend you will be taking some time out to go through all the projects we're going to showcase to you. Thank you very much, Manish.
Thank you so much, Eric.
Take care.
Thank you.
And
Thank
stay
you,
safe. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.